I was working two jobs. I was working for 10 to 16 hours a day, 6 days a week. My body was broken. Big Four consulting firm, IT Audit Analyst, and the interview is with a senior manager and a director. They offered me the job 2 days later, $115,000, full benefits, and Dennis, they sponsored my green card. I quit both caregiver jobs on the same day, and then I sat on my bed and I just breathed.
Blessing! Oh my goodness. You look so different from the last time we talked. You look rested.
You know me. The last time you saw me, I had bags under my eyes. I was working two jobs and studying for CISA at the same time. I looked like I hadn't slept in a year because I hadn't slept in a year.
I mean, that's actually where I want to start this conversation. I want you to tell people what your life looked like before EMC. Tell them.
Okay, so I'm from Nigeria and I came to the US 4 years ago on a work visa. And the only jobs I could get were caregiving, home health aid. I worked for 2 agencies, day shift at one, night shift at the other.
Both at the same time, right?
Both at the same time. My day shift was 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. I'd go home, eat something, maybe sleep for an hour if I was lucky. And then my night shift was 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I was working for 10 to 16 hours a day, 6 days a week.
Wow. So what were you making combined?
Like $42,000 between both jobs, which sounds like a lot until you realize I was working 80 hours a week for it. If you do the maths, that's like $10 an hour.
Gosh, how were you even surviving on that schedule? Oh.
Honestly, I'd say prayer and caffeine, a lot of caffeine. My body was broken. My back hurt. My feet hurt. I was gaining weight because I was eating fast food between shifts. And the worst part, the absolute worst part was that I had no time. No time for friends, no time to think, no time to dream. I was a machine. Clock in, take care of patients, clock out, clock in again.
So, how did you find EMC?
My friend, my church friend. So there's a Nigerian woman at my church in Houston, Adeze, and she had done the program maybe 6 months before me. And she came to church one Sunday in a new car. Not a crazy car, just a nice Honda. But I knew she'd been taking the bus before. And I said, Adeze, what happened? And she said, I got a cybersecurity job. And she told me about EMC.
And you signed up?
Not immediately. I went home. I prayed about it because the money, the program cost, that was everything I had saved in 2 years. Everything. If it didn't work, I was broke. But I felt, and I know this sounds spiritual and some people won't understand. I felt like God was saying, this is the door, walk through it.
So walk me through this program experience that you had, because you were still, correct me if I'm wrong, you were still working 2 jobs while you were doing this. Were there moments where you almost just said, you know what, I'm going to quit. I'm done.
Week 3, I almost passed out. I was so exhausted from the 2 jobs plus studying that my body just started shutting down. I got dizzy at work. I had to sit down in the hallway. And I called you that night, Dennis. Do you remember?
Oh, do I remember? I remember you were crying.
I was sobbing.
Yeah.
I said, Dennis, I can't do this. I'm going to kill myself trying. Not in, I didn't mean it Literally, I meant my body was giving out, and you talked me off the ledge. You said, Blessing, we're going to adjust your schedule. You don't have to do it at their pace. We'll find your pace.
And we did.
You extended my study timeline by 2 weeks. You moved my live sessions to the ones that fit my schedule. You didn't make me feel like I was feeling for needing more time. You just adjusted, and that saved me.
So tell me about the certification process.
CISA, I studied for CISA while working 2 jobs. People think I'm exaggerating. People think it can be possible. I'm not exaggerating. I carried flashcards in my scrubs pocket.
Hmm.
When a patient was sleeping and I had 5 minutes, I'd pull out a flashcard. My coworkers thought I was studying for nursing school. I never corrected them. I passed first try. 94% of EMC students pass first try. I know that's the number they say, and I was part of that. And when I saw pass on the screen, I screamed in my apartment alone at 2 a.m. My neighbor banged the wall.
Oh, that is amazing.
I texted her, sorry, and she texted back, are you okay? And I said, I just passed my CISA exams. She said, I don't know what that means, but congratulations.
So tell me. Tell me about the interview for the Big Four.
Oh, God. Okay. So, Big Four consulting firm, IT Audit Analyst, and the interview is with a senior manager and a director. 2 people on video, and I'm nervous because this is the Big Four. These are the companies I used to see on TV, and now I'm interviewing with them. So the interviewer, the senior manager, asks me about SOX compliance. And I know this, I studied this, but the way she phrased the question was different from how I learned it. And for a second, my brain glitched. But the platform, the Copilot thing, it caught the question and rephrased it in the way I learned it. And then it connected it to my caregiving experience. Like, it suggested I frame patient documentation compliance as analogous to financial reporting compliance. And I did. And the director, the one who'd been quiet the whole time, he leaned forward and said, that's a really interesting parallel.
And then?
They offered me the job 2 days later, $115,000, full benefits, and Dennis, they sponsored my green card.
Say that again. Say that again.
They sponsored my green card. The thing I had been trying to get for 4 years through my caregiving agencies. None of them would sponsor me. This company, after one interview, said, we'll sponsor your green card. I'm sorry. This is the part I can't talk about without crying, because my green card means I'm safe. It means I can stay. It means I can bring my mother to visit. It means I'm not afraid anymore. I quit both caregiver jobs on the same day. I called agency 1 and said, I'm done. Then I called agency 2 and said, I'm done. Best 2 phone calls of my life. And then I sat on my bed and I just breathed. I breathed. For the first time in 4 years, I had nowhere to be, nobody to take care of, just me breathing.
So tell me, what is life like Nah.
I work from home, I audit, I review controls, I write findings. It's not glamorous, but it's mine. And my body is healing. I'm sleeping 8 hours a night for the first time since I came to America. My back doesn't hurt anymore. I lost 12 pounds because I'm not eating fast food between shifts. And the 3 month support from EMC, I use that every single week because Big Four is fast paced and there were things I didn't know. Audit terminology, presentation formats, how to write findings properly. My EMC specialist walked me through all of it. Without that support, my first month would have been a disaster.
Is there anything that you want people to know?
I want people, especially my Nigerian sisters, my immigrant sisters, I want them to know that working 2 jobs is not your destiny. You came to this country to build something, not to break your body for $42,000. There is another way. It's not easy. I almost collapsed trying, but I'm sitting here right now in my apartment making $115,000 with a green card, sleeping 8 hours a night. If God can do it for me, He can do it for you. But you have to take the step. You have to click the button. You have to say yes.
Blessing. Blessing, I want to thank you. I genuinely want to thank you. You inspire me every single time.
Thank you, Dennis. You literally saved my life during week 3. I don't say it lightly.
That's what we're here for. Always.